All right. Well, welcome to sunny San Diego. I'm Kevin Fu. I'm the program chair this year, and I'm welcoming you to our symposium. Um, so thanks for coming out. And actually, I've got up here just to give you an idea of what you can do around San Diego. This is one of my postdocs, Dennis Fukun, out here kite surfing. Actually, can anyone guess where this picture was taken? Mission Bay, I heard one. Any other guesses? Lake Michigan was another. Yeah, actually, the funny thing is, in Lake Michigan, you don't need a wetsuit. Only here in San Diego. So actually, that was in Michigan, where he was kite surfing, and I just wanted to rub that in a little bit to my friends here on the West Coast. So I just have a few educational pieces of information to share before I get started with the real information. First of all, Michigan is shaped like a mitten, like this, and Michigan is here, the university. The rest doesn't matter, right? And just to let you know, we are in the Eastern time zone. I know there's a lot of confusion, but that's what we are. Okay, so I'm not going to do any more propaganda on Michigan. I'm going to go right into some of our statistics and what happened this year with our program selection. So to give you an idea of just the scale of this year, it was just off the charts. We had a 26% increase in the number of submissions over the previous year, which really caught us off guard because we did a linear regression on previous years, and it basically had nothing to do with what we predicted based on previous years. So we had 350 paper submissions. We were able to accept 19% of these, and I know the program committee members have heard this from me probably too many times, but we had to focus on positive and constructive reviewing, trying to tease out sort of the good parts of all the papers as best we could. We had 56 or so program committee members, and that generated over 1,000 reviews, actually 1,300 reviews in the system. And then we even had more follow-up comments. So for those of you who haven't served on a PC, at USENIX Security, we first go through the independent reviews, where the reviewers don't see each other's remarks. And then after the reviews are submitted, we engage in discussion, both online and in person. So I was happy to see quite a lot of discussion after the initial reviews. To our future chairs, just to let you know, prepare to allocate more space in your inbox for emails. I know we do a lot of statistics in the past. I thought I'd cover some different things this year. So if you'd like to know more about the stats, you can go read my message online up on the technical program website. Now, we also have 520 people registered for the conference, so that's just amazing. It's amazing that we could all make it here and have such a large turnout. So thanks for coming. Yeah. All right, and for anyone who's known me from maybe the past 10 or 15 years of various WIP sessions and such, you know you don't want to give me a microphone, and you don't want to give me your computer. And there are a lot of other things you don't want to give me. But I'm going to try to give you an idea of just what some of the interesting things that happened this year. So first of all, I have a large number of thank yous to give. So we had an amazing program committee. We initially invited 56 people in honor of Des, actually, for our program committee. And on average, each committee member had to do about 23 paper reviews. So if you've had to do one paper review, just imagine doing 23. So in fact, if you're a program committee member, please stand up. And I'd like to give you a big round of applause for all the effort you put in. All right, thanks. Also like to thank a number of other people who helped with various leadership activities. I want to draw particular attention to Jae-yoon. Where's Jae-yoon? Let's see. Oh, in the back there. Yeah, she rose up and took on the job of deputy program chair this year to help me out. We couldn't have done it without her. And also, Tadayoshi Kono handled the WIP set. Well, he will be handling the WIP session, and he actually also coordinated the shadow PC process. Who here participated either as a student or a faculty member in the shadow PC process? A few people? Okay, I see a lot of hands in the back. Okay, so it was an experiment for us this year, but I hope it was interesting for you to get a feeling for how the decision-making process works. All right. I'd also like to put out a big thank you. You guys rock. The staff and the USENIX board. In particular, is Casey in the audience, or she might be at the desk? Oh, there she is. She's in the back. So Casey in the back is the executive director, and for those of you who have to handle some of the organizational logistics of USENIX conferences, it could not be done without Casey in control up there, and she's really made my job a lot easier because I couldn't have done it without her. So thanks, Casey, and thanks for the rest of the USENIX staff and board. Of course, we wouldn't be able to put on this event without sponsorship. So we have a number of sponsors, both from the private sector and the public sector. And you'll be hearing more about that tonight, but especially singling out Google, NSF, Facebook, and Microsoft. And we also had cryptography research this year, IBM and Qualcomm supporting the conference. We have a number of students here. If you're a student and you received a stipend or a grant, rather, to attend the conference, would you please stand up for a moment? So, first of all, welcome. Yeah, thanks. It's really important to get students coming to USENIX Security because you're the new blood. You're the people who are going to be doing the interesting research to come. But I would like to thank our corporate sponsors for making those travel grants possible. It's surprisingly difficult to support travel, but thank goodness we have companies who see the long term and are willing to support our great students. We also have a number of media sponsors and industry partners who helped in various ways. I'm not going to read the slide to you, but you can see some of their material out in the front hallway. Okay, just a few more thanks before we get into some of the awards. Really would like to thank all the authors who submitted papers and the external reviews. We had a large number of external reviews and a large number of submitted papers. And I know it's always a disappointment to receive a rejection. I've received many rejections and often wonder what the heck the reviewers were thinking. But we tried the best we could to give constructive and positive reviews. Anecdotes are only anecdotes, but I was happened to be overhearing a conversation about someone who was rejected, and they were talking about, well, at least the reviews were helpful to point us in an improved direction. So, if you're accepted, congratulations. If you're rejected, I hope that the reviews are able to point you in a positive direction. I'd also like to thank Duo Security for sponsorship of some of the social events at the PC meeting that we held in Ann Arbor. And then also my department, Michigan, for putting up, paying for all the catering of our two-day meeting. And again, thank you all for coming. I know it means a lot to get away from your normal workday and families and other activities to get out here. So I do also want to thank my family. For those of you who don't know, I've been going through a very interesting time the last 592 days. So my house actually collapsed right about the time when I signed up to chair USENIX Security. So I kid you not, the house physically collapsed and I lived under a tarp with an open-air basement with my two toddlers. So a note for the next PC chair, if you ever get any excuses or wanting people to get around the deadlines, just ask them if their house collapsed. And that should be a good way to sort of figure out if extra time is warranted. Okay, now into a bit of the instructions for speakers. So again, we have 67 talks. We cannot possibly fit 67 talks in a single track, so we made the decision to go with dual tracks. And so please, if you're a speaker, you will please report to your session chair. You can find the name of your session chair in the printed manual. There is just one change. Is Zach Peterson in the room? Oh, Zach Peterson, by the light. Zach Peterson is actually going to be filling in for Dan Bonet on Friday for one of the crypto sessions. So if you were expecting to see Dan, instead go see Zach. But find your session chair before your session. And again, do plan ahead for your 20-minute talks, not 25, but we have 20-minute talks this year inclusive of the Q&A. We have the Birds of a Feather session, and you can find sign-up boards out in the hallway. It's a great way, everything from board games to more serious, well, board games are serious, but there are some serious board gamers apparently, but there are also some much more focused technical topics that you feel free to take some of the rooms as they're available. More on speakers and authors. Joey would like me to remind you and the USENIX staff, after you give your talk, please send your slides or your electronic files, whether they be slides or PDFs or whatnot, to slides@usenix.org so that they can stitch it together with the videos that will be put online after the event. Okay, more on students. The USENIX staff would like, again, I know you're here because you stood up. The USENIX would really like to be able to show our sponsors all the wonderful students who are able to attend because of the corporate support. So what they would like you to do is come to the foyer out there in the hallway tomorrow, that's Thursday at 3:30 p.m. during the afternoon break, so quick grab a cookie, and then they'd like to get a group photograph. So please show up. I understand Peter Honeyman might be here. For those of you who don't know Peter, he's very interesting. I'm not going to get into inside jokes because I don't want to start too many inside events. I'll just give one that I'm going to offer free Peter Honeyman photo bombs. And so just to give you an example of how it can spice up your photos, that's a picture of me at USENIX Security in 2001 at the top. And that's a picture of me at USENIX Security yesterday. So that's before the Peter Honeyman photo bomb, and that's after, and it just makes it so much better. Students, please go out there and join in the group photo. Okay, there are a number of other activities besides the technical talks. So if you're new to USENIX Security, realize that it's not just about the talks, but it's also about all the interesting evening events as well. So we're going to have a special reception tonight at 6 o'clock, just downstairs, actually outside on the courtyard. We're also going to have a works in progress session or report session on Wednesday. Let's see, the deadline is actually 2 p.m. today. If you do want to give a very short talk about something preliminary, something you're up to, you do still have an opportunity to submit, but you'll have to do so by 2 p.m. today. We also have a poster session and happy hour on Thursday, as well as right after the poster session. New this year is something we call the Doctoral Colloquium. I'll go into a little more detail on that in just a few moments. And then we also have Phil Lapsley, who you'll see in a few moments, our keynote speaker, who will be able to do some book signings if you're interested in phone phreaking. Okay, slowly getting toward those awards. There are a number of other USENIX events I encourage you to take a look at that go beyond security. You can find more information about this on the USENIX website, but there it is just for completeness. Okay, so my first special announcement is I want to announce the next program chair for 2015. And just to let you know, I'm using these images with her permission. Next year, the program chair will be Jae-Yoon Jung from Microsoft Research. So congratulations or condolences, Jae-Yoon. So she really brings a wealth of energy and experience. And just to give you an idea of her level of energy, that is literally a photograph of her on the night of USENIX Security 2009, the submission deadline, the day she gave birth to her second daughter. So she's a real go-getter, and I'm sure that USENIX is going to be in great hands. So good luck, Jian. Okay, now on to the Best Paper Awards. The good news is there are a number of Best Paper Awards, and in fact we're going to be giving out some other awards throughout later on in this week. So let's get right to it. But first, I want to let the students know about the Doctoral Colloquium. I know a lot of students actually have told me that one of the reasons they decided to come this year was because they heard there was this Doctoral Colloquium. So for those of you who don't know about it, there are going to be 3 interesting events going on starting at 7:30 tomorrow here in the Harbor 1 room. There's going to be a short keynote on how to live in paradise, the pearls of wisdom for new and prospective faculty. And then we're also going to talk about career paths from our panelists you can see here on the right, about different places you could go after getting a PhD. And then we're also going to talk about the work-life balance, how some people maintain them, or maybe some of the lessons learned from the challenges in doing so. but David Evans, Bill Aiello, Cynthia Sturton, Adrian Porterfeld, Alex Halderman, Thorsten Holtz, and Paul Van Orshet will be joining us to give some of their nuggets of wisdom. Okay. All right, so the first award I'd like to announce is the Best Paper Award. And this year, the Best Paper Award goes to the paper Privacy in Pharmacogenetics, an end-to-end case study of personalized Warfarin-Dosen. And this is authored by Matthew Fredrickson, Eric Lantz, Somesh Jha, Simon Lin, David Page, and Thomas Rustenpart of the University of Wisconsin and the Marshfield Clinic for Research Foundation. And I believe the authors are here, and we do actually have your cash award right now. So if you could come up, please. So just to give the audience an idea, we don't necessarily go by highest ratings, but this paper was just off the charts, and the program committee was just extremely enthusiastic about this paper, and we encourage you to go to the talk today from 2 o'clock in the privacy session. But for you, I have the awards, and you'll have to distribute it to your co-authors, so congratulations. All right, fake pose. And there's a check in there, don't lose it. Okay. Congratulations, guys. All right. So the next announcement are the Best Student Paper Awards. And I do note that it's actually plural this year. So we have 2 papers we'd like to recognize for the Best Student Paper Awards. So the first paper that will be giving the award is Discrete, automatic rendering of forensic information from memory images via application logic reuse. Are the authors here in the audience? Could you please make your way up to the stage? So congratulations. So the authors are Brendan Saltaformaggio, Zhangju Gu, Jiangyu Zhang, and Donghang Zhu, all from Purdue University. So I have your congratulations. Okay, but there is another. All right, so I'd also like to ask Kyle Soska and Nicholas Christian to come forward to the stage for the best student paper for their paper titled Automatically Detecting Vulnerable Websites Before They Turn Malicious. The team is from Carnegie Mellon University. Hi, Kyle.
Hey.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
10. Okay. Don't lose the check. Okay. So, all right. So, congratulations to our recipients of the Best Paper Awards. Now, our next award is a very special one. We actually, I believe we started it last year after the steering committee did some navel gazing and realized, you know, we've had a lot of fantastic papers in USENIX security over the last 23, 24 years, and it's time to recognize the ones that had long-term impact. We're talking impact over a decade or more. So it's my pleasure to announce this year's 2014 USENIX Security Test of Time Award, and this award is going to the team of Roger Dingledine, Nick Mathewson, and Paul Syverson for Tor. So if you don't recall, the Tor authors published their paper Tor, the second generation onion router, here at USENIX Security in 2004. So if you don't mind, I'd like the authors to come forward. All right, so congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations. All right, so do we need to be anonymous? Okay. All right, here we go. And actually, our friends from Tor are going to be giving some special remarks right before the lightning talk. So when we return for the lightning talks, we're going to have a short panel on some lessons learned. I've asked Paul and Roger to take us back to 2004. And we're going to hear about some of their lessons learned through the Tor project. So congratulations again. Okay, just a couple more slides before we get into the keynote. I haven't yet been granted clearance to give you more details, so I'll have to be somewhat cryptic. All I have to say is you definitely want to show up at 6 p.m. for the reception tonight for a very special award. Can't tell you what it's about, but you'll soon find out, and I think you'll enjoy the event. So make sure to come. Is that specific enough? All right. So you have to assume there's going to be something interesting. Okay.